Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Let me see who I have in the house. Welcome, everybody. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. We are back. We are starting. And Lord have mercy. Okay. So I have the TMZ doc right here, right, on Hulu. But my only concern is that Hulu might strike me, right? So I have it on my phone and I'm watching as we're speaking, right? Now, I'm already like twitching as I'm watching this documentary, okay? Uh because it doesn't make sense. All right, let me just say that much. From the start of it, it doesn't make sense whatsoever. One of the things that TMZ has is that they say they have fingerprints of the railing. I guess they got fingerprints, and these are supposed to be Liam Payne's fingerprints, right? So my question is, I thought he fainted. Like he was like he fainted and then he fell. Or was he trying to escape and then he fell from the balcony? I'm so confused. I mean, I didn't even think I got a little bit far on this documentary. I am upset. Can you tell? Look, they got some fingerprints. Y'all can't see them here. Yeah, some fingerprints right there. But I thought he fainted. Did he just faint? Did he grab onto something? What happened? Okay, so let me go back a little bit. All right, let me go back a little bit. So TMZ decided to do this documentary on Liam Payne. Who's to blame? Okay, that's what I'm talking about right now. And let's see. I'm gonna pull it up. Apparently, Harvey Levin does what Harvey Levin does and essentially decided to send because he's got the resources. He's got people in Argentina. He went out there. He went to look for the drug dealer, one of the drug dealers. Then BRAIAN, who said he's never talked to TMZ, starts talking to TMZ. How do you like them apples? And then he also interviewed Rogelio Norris. This is all what TMZ did. Now, you know what's so crazy is TMZ is the same outlet that released the photos of Liam Payne, and they quickly took him offline because they didn't want to get in trouble. They were like, no, we're not trying to get in trouble for that. We don't want the people coming after us, right? So this is why I never know, like, what side are you at? That's what I'm talking about, Chico. They literally did a documentary that fast. So I want to know who paid them for this documentary. Hey, Wim. Hey, everybody. I'm sorry, y'all. I just came out heated because I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, what if I play the audio? Would I get struck? That's a good question. What if I play the audio here? Would I get struck? I mean, I'm not showing the visions. I'm giving commentary to the audio. I can hold the phone like this and y'all can hear it. Okay. Y'all can hear the audio. Maybe I'll try that. How about that? And then we can give commentary to it. What do y'all think? They went out there. It's a problem. It's a problem. Hey, no angel, welcome. Thank you for hitting that like button. I don't get it, y'all. They don't have all the facts. How dare they? Well, they went out there and they said, we're going to go figure it out. No. They do a doc. Yesterday was 2 months. Yesterday was 2 months from his passing, y'all. How does that happen? I do, but I don't think for the audio. I think I'll be fine. Let's see. Hold up, y'all. You know how I am. I be testing shit. Hold up. Let's see.
Turns out escaping on balconies was Liam's thing.
So Harvey Levin right away tells the people that Liam was escaping on balconies. That was his thing, right? So he's already concluded what happened to Liam Payne, okay?
Before, when he felt trapped in a room.
A month and a half before this happened, he was up in Palm Beach with his girlfriend and bodyguard.
So Rogelio Norris, when he starts the documentary, he tells the people, I'm not into drugs. I wasn't into that, but I'm really good friends with Liam Payne. So he wanted to make sure that people knew that he wasn't into drugs. I mean, he's not above getting drugs for his friends. He just wasn't into drugs, right? Okay. I just want to make sure we understood that.
And he got into a really bad argument with his bodyguard, who is a great guy, a good person, and he was just trying to protect him against one of those like craving episodes. And he told him to stay in the room. And Liam, he he used a green garden hose to climb his way down.
He climbed off the balcony.
Liam climbed off the balcony, so he starts talking about that. Let's keep. Can y'all hear it? Let me know if you can hear it. I'm gonna try to stop it here and there so y'all can hear a little bit of it. Because unless you have Hulu, some of y'all won't be able to watch it. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear it.
He didn't appreciate at all people telling him what to do. So the following morning, he fired his bodyguard after that episode. But he was bragging about his ability to climb out of his house.
Okay, and then they got the thing with the fans.
He would go all over the world, and everywhere he went, he was a prisoner in the hotel room and couldn't really go out because fans would go crazy when they'd see him.
Okay, let me stop right here. He is unconscious, but climbing on things. That's the piece that I don't get. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So here, right at like the 20-minute mark, here it is. They said that they found some fingerprints, okay, that he fell and they found some fingerprints. Hold up.
He was clearly under the influence when he fell. The toxicology report shows there was cocaine, alcohol, and an antidepressant in his system.
Oh. Cocaine, alcohol, and an antidepressant. Harvey says he was clearly intoxicated when he fell. Okay. Beat Tim says play soft music in the background and makes it tougher for the copyright to get you. Beat Tim, let me ask you a question. If the copyright, because I know you probably would know this too, but if I were to just to play the Hulu thing with the music, do you think they would get me that way too? Let me know. See if I could play this music in the background. It's not too loud. Y'all hear it? That's what the prosecutor said. How did they get fingerprints from him falling? Like, how did they get fingerprints if he fell, if he was unconscious? That don't make sense. I don't know, y'all. Let me know. I'm gonna play the little background music for the copyright, but let me know if you guys still hear the audio.
Medical evidence that I've read says that when you combine alcohol and this antidepressant he was on, it can create kind of a magnified effect.
He's agitated, he's intoxicated, he's escalated, and he's making choices that are just poor.
Okay, y'all know who that is? Dr. Drew Pinsky. Dr. Drew Pinsky, the celebrity rehab guy. The celebrity rehab guy has something to say about somebody that he's never treated and never once saw. Stop it, Dr. Drew. He's a fraud. I cannot stand these celebrity psychologists, psychiatrists. They just do too much. Okay. Let's go.
The fatal poor choice was after Liam was taken to the room the final time. There's little doubt he was trying to scale down the third-floor balcony to the ground to escape. He put on a hat, strapped his bag to his shoulder, and then took a leather bag and dropped it to the second-floor balcony. All of this shows Liam thought he could get from the third-floor balcony to the second, and then jump to the ground.
Do you see what Harvey Levin is doing here? This guy is putting out the narrative. He basically has set out the whole thing for us, okay? Everything. Pay no mind to the fact that he was being supplied drugs. Pay no mind to the fact that anything else, okay? Harvey Levin has literally put the narrative out there for us. Y'all believe TMZ? That's what they're trying to get us to do. This is bullshit.
But he lost his grip and fell to his death.
The only reason why he would put his hat on is if he was leaving the hotel. Like that was him. That's what he would do.
That's what Rogelio Notice says, right? The manager, not manager, but really a manager. Okay.
And there's also this. We have obtained these police photos showing what appears to be fingerprints slipping toward the edge of the railing.
They said they got fingerprint photos from the police report, but I thought he was unconscious. So was he gripping to something or was he not gripping to something? If he's unconscious, How does he know? Like, I'm just thinking in my mind, listen, if I'm unconscious, I fall, right? I'm not thinking about grabbing a hold of myself. I'm not thinking about getting a hold of anything. I'm going to fall. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So where did the fingerprints come from? This is what TMZ said. Huh. See, Julia, that's what I was talking about. I said, wait. So they got fingerprints in the police file. But TMZ is not saying that they belong to Liam. Please note that they just said they got fingerprints. Okay. But I thought he was unconscious. He's just going to fall. He's not going to grab onto something unless he wasn't unconscious. Unless there was something more to this. This shit don't make no sense, y'all. It just doesn't.
Turns out escaping on balconies was Liam's thing. He had done it before when he felt trapped in a room.
A month and a half before this happened, he was up in Palm Beach with his girlfriend and bodyguard, and he got into a really bad argument with his bodyguard, who is a great guy, a good person, and he was just trying to protect him against one of those like craving episodes.
Okay.
And he told him to stay in the room, and Liam, he used a green garden hose to climb his way down.
He climbed off the balcony.
Let's stop right here. Carrie, this is the $1,000 question right here. Why are they not saying why he's going out that way? Why did he not use the door? If I have somebody, a grown man, okay, who wants me to leave him alone, whether he's under the influence or not, I'm not going to stop him. I'm going to leave him alone. He might be manic. He might have an episode. I'm not locking his ass up in a room on the 3rd floor. If he's convulsing, I'm calling emergency services immediately. Okay. I'm not going over there to call Roger Norris, the manager, not manager, to find out if it's, if he's coming over, because he's not a doctor. He's just a manager, not manager, but a manager, right? If he didn't want to be in his room, why the hell did they keep putting him in his room? Huh? If Roger was supposed to be checking on him or being with him, and this is his friend, why would you let him go to a whole different country, Argentina, and why wouldn't he stay at your house? You kept him at a hotel. You visit him three times. Then you say he was fine, but clearly he was not if he was using, and you knew that he wasn't supposed to be using because he was under medication. Okay. Let's keep playing this.
He didn't appreciate at all people telling him what to do. So the following morning, he fired his bodyguard for that episode, but he was bragging about his ability to climb out of his house.
He's a grown man and he's bragging about his ability to climb out of his house. Like, that's not a flex, but that just tells me that, people were putting him in situations he didn't want to be in. Listen, I don't think anybody wanted him to die of a drug overdose or anything. And ultimately, that's not what killed him. Okay. What killed him is what happened to him. Somebody threw him, in my opinion, or something else happened that suddenly he was grabbing onto something because there's fingerprints to the point where he landed to this cement ground floor during a wedding party where you see Brett, the wedding guest, not see him, but see him. It's funny how that happens because the other witnesses said, one specific, the wedding planner said, what did she say? She said that she saw him and told Brett, something fall. It wasn't an object, something fall. So then suddenly Brett says on media and TMZ, oh, I saw him fall. How did you see him fall? How? Because the guest says she saw him and she had to tell you that she saw him fall. This is bullshit. All right.
Liam has said that one of the things that set him on a path of substance abuse was when he was touring with One Direction. He would go all over the world, and everywhere he went, he was a prisoner in the hotel room and couldn't really go out because fans would go crazy when they'd see him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the thing, right? Okay. Hurry up.
Minibar. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one. And that just seemed to carry on throughout
many years of my life. When I did start thinking about it, you know, being isolated in a room everywhere you go, it's almost like the pandemic when people became alcoholics.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Harvey Levin. Oh, I cannot. Y'all, I'm telling you, the Dr. Drew Pinsky's, the what's his name? The other doctor that we've done a deep dive on, who was head of the Los Angeles Child Welfare Services, and he fucked up a lot of cases over there, and he's got like this sketchy ass background, and he's like a celebrity supplier and everything. What the fuck is his name? Y'all, I can't even think of it. Not Dr. Phil, the other one. There's a one that Dr. Phil brings onto the show, Charles Sophie, Dr. Charles Sophie. These doctors, these correspondents, the Drew Pinsky's, the Dr. Charles Sophie, y'all don't believe half of the shit that they put out there. Okay? Don't believe the Dr. Oz's, all these people don't even, I don't care how many books they've written, they don't even follow their own, you know, licensing codes. They get a pass for a lot of the bullshit that they put out there. This is why people have such a skewed view of mental health, because of doctors like these celebrity doctors. Don't believe it.
Isolation is certainly a risk factor for drinking and using. And if you have the gene for it, then it can take off. And being further isolated and unable to really have any sort of consequence for what they're doing, it's on. He's made sincere attempt at treatment. He was in a 100-day program. He had a chemical dependency counselor and therapist. And they all said the same thing. They actually agreed with him on this, that this was a very fragile young man that really was in way over his head, way too early.
Okay. So much diagnosing. Can we just get to the point where you're interviewing these people?
Into a psychiatric institution for 3 days, and he had to be resuscitated, so he was in a really bad place.
Hold up. Roger, what'd you say? Hold up.
In May this year, I was talking to his manager, and he told me that he was going through a lot, and he had like 2 episodes where he nearly like OD'd, and he...
In May this year, I was talking to his manager. You're his manager. Hold up. I love how they're shifting the narrative here. Hold up. Give me 1 second.
All right. 2 episodes where he... In May this year, I was talking to his manager, and he told me that he was going through a lot, and he had like 2 episodes where he nearly like OD'd, and he had been like checked into a psychiatric institution for 3 days, and he had to be resuscitated, so he was in a really bad place.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Ever since we broke up,
they brought Maya Hendry into the documentary. Oh my God. They brought Maya Hendry into the documentary. Oh my God. The people are going to get upset.
Messages me, blow up my phone.
Maya Hendry is the ex-girlfriend, of Liam Payne. I guess they had a very tumultuous relationship. She had exposed some things about him, so it went kind of back and forth. She is also participating in this documentary, okay? Yes. Let me know. It's really I just couldn't believe it. So then while, everybody's grieving I think it was the week of his funeral, Maya Hendry decides there's some court documents that were leaked about Liam Payne. Okay. So they used her to give commentary. Like, man, Rabbit, it sounds to me like that woman that hung over the balcony. I think he was hanging. It says Allegra Green. Huh. I don't know. Y'all, let's keep playing this.
Mind you, not only from his phone number, it's always from different phone numbers too. So I never know where it's going to come from. He'll create new iCloud accounts to iMessage me. And it's always the damn new iCloud. I'm like, every time I see one pop up, here we go again. Also, not only me, but he'll blow up my mom's phone.
Wow.
Is that normal behavior to you?
So they broke up, and she aired this stuff about Liam Payne around that time. Infamous, thank you for being a member for 15 months, love. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you, love, for supporting my channel. Thank you for your strong will and critical thinking. Thank you, love. Let's see. Wim's like, it's the nonsense for me. Shout out to you, Wim. Good night, Wim. You have a good night. He was a superhuman. He was on superhuman drugs. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Please think of his close families. This solves nothing and just makes YT channels money at the expense of Liam Payne. What? Okay. Karen, are you keeping the same energy for TMZ? Every channel, if you're watching a channel that's covering Liam Payne, please note that your view is making money. So if you don't want to be in this conversation, you really don't have to. Matter of fact, I would invite you not to be in it, okay? I am very much exposing a lot that the people here are not provided. Do you understand how much my videos are being censored about Liam Payne? So please go over there with that. Don't watch it. Do yourself a favor and don't watch it. If you guys don't want to watch, that's fine. You don't have to. Please move on. Okay, thank you.
Cease and desist went out to Liam. Again, this was about a week before his death, and many people think that these legal troubles are what was in his mind when he went on this drug-induced bender.
We don't know if that was in his mind. We don't know any of that whatsoever. This is the shit that it's pissing me off that you have this narrative going out there about this. You know what I mean? That's thank you, Infamous. TMZ will sell out for anybody. TMZ is the same reporter thing that posted Liam Payne's dead body when all of this happened. Get the heck out of here. Keep the same energy for TMZ. And now they're doing a documentary? And y'all expect me not to get upset over this? Oh my goodness. Hurry up.
The fact that hotel personnel grabbed him and forcibly took him to the elevator and back to his room is not okay. And it's a tantamount to a kidnapping of sorts.
Are the people they're going at?
It's not okay, y'all. It's not okay that the hotel staff did that. Right, because they're not a treatment center. They're not a facility. They're not a lockdown facility. They should have just let him go. They could have called emergency services when he was convulsing out there. Yeah, okay.
The way you see it, perpetrators or scapegoats?
It sounds kind of like a both in some respect.
Everyone sees me that way. They see me as the murderer, so to speak, and I'm not. I'm also the victim. They want to take me for a ride, they would say here in Argentina.
Wait a minute. You know who was just that? That was BRAIAN PAYZ, who said they see me as a murderer, but I'm also a victim. Oh I'm losing it, y'all. I cannot. Oh my God. Hold up. Oh, you're kidding, right? Oh my God. BRAIAN PAYZ just said he is a victim. Oh, I just want to drag him. Y'all don't even know. I want to drag him. Oh my God, this is working my nerves. I should have watched this before I went live. Oh my God. Oh man. All right, hurry up.
Get off the couch.
Y'all, sorry, the commercials are there. Oh my goodness. He just like Yolanda Saldivar. Thank you. Didn't Yolanda say that she was also a victim? Oh my God, I cannot, y'all. I shouldn't have done this right now. What I meant to say, it sounds a little bit of what happened to Cassie's Friend by Diddy. If indeed there was a handprint on the rail. Yeah, when they were put up there. Sorry, there's commercials, y'all. I'm waiting for these commercials to be done. You said he could have been out there on that balcony another time and touched it. Susie, thank you, Susie. What if his fingerprints were on the balcony because he was already out there before? He could have touched it, right? Maybe that's what happened. I don't even know. I don't know, y'all. I wonder if the Liam Payne fans have seen BRAIAN PAYZ say that he's a victim too. He really said he's a victim. Dijo que es una víctima. Es una víctima. ¿De qué exactamente? I don't know, Brian, I know you be watching my shit. Yo sé que te gusta mirar el canal, ¿ok? No eres víctima de nadie, ¿ok? Nada. Qué pendejo. All right, hold up, y'all. Don't get me mad now.
This morning, prosecutors there are weighing whether to charge 2 additional hotel workers in Liam Payne's death.
Okay.
The hotel manager and the desk receptionist will call 911 on the day Liam died.
It's not inevitable, but boy, is it knee-jerk common for prosecutors to immediately hone in on the drug dealers as far as trying to criminalize someone.
Who is this
Said that. I'm not unsympathetic to the fact that the hotel bears an enormous amount of responsibility based on the facts we presently have before us.
The fact that hotel personnel grabbed him and forcibly took him to the elevator and back to his room is not okay. And it's a tantamount to a kidnapping of sorts.
Oh, man.
And the question remains, why that? Why did they want someone who's intoxicated and agitated in their room where they could hurt themselves?
Exactly.
It's a very odd thing to do. It's not something you can forcibly handle by throwing them in a room. It doesn't make sense.
They put him in the room. Then, let's say 2 minutes later, they call 911.
Well, we've got a guest who has had too many drugs and alcohol. And well, when he is conscious, he's trashing the entire room. And we need you to send someone, please.
And by the way, there was 2 911 calls. Why did they only release the second one and not the first? Please let me know. Why didn't they release the other one? What happened? What had happened there? Why didn't they do that? Why did they only release the second one and not the first? I told y'all my theory on this situation, and I know some of y'all said, Rabbit, that sounds so off the wall, but you know what? I am a little off the wall when things do not make sense. I personally believe that Liam Payne had already died by the second call. Personally, I think that that's what happened, because it's weird how Esteban Grassi gives the details. We're so worried about our el huésped del piso tercero tiene un balcón. We're so worried. Really? And then what happens? Oh, that's how he died? Huh. It's weird how that happens, but okay.
He's in a room with a balcony. And well, we're a little afraid that he'll do something that puts his life at risk.
He probably told them, you guys can't look me up. I'm going to leave for the balcony.
Roger, you weren't there. How are you going to say you can't look me up? I'll leave through the balcony. Roger. First of all, Roger, I need you to get your time frame straight. Were you there 40 minutes, an hour? Or Harvey Levin says, well, he was there 40 minutes to an hour. No, which one the fuck is it? Because 40 minutes and an hour are 2 completely different time frames. Which one is it? An hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes? 45 minutes, 20 minutes? Roger, do not give an explanation about what you think happened to your friend who you managed, you didn't manage, but you managed, okay? So let's just take a seat with your little greasy looking ass, okay?
They should not have taken him to his room, and they certainly should not have left him alone, and they absolutely should have gotten him to medical care.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are going to have big, strong opinions about what should have been done in any situation.
Okay.
But if you were that hotel worker in Argentina, and you were making up...
Oh, look at this bullshit. The person that's giving commentary, if you were that person in Argentina, hold up. I got to show you guys this.
A lot of people are going to have big, strong opinions about what should have been done in these situations.
Uh-huh. Hugh McIntyre, Forbes senior contributor. That's who's giving commentary about people having questions about what happened in Argentina. Okay, so Rogelio Nores was pictured on Forbes as like a successful person. I'm like wondering what's up with Forbes trying to do commentary or give commentary about this. Okay.
And you are making a last-minute quick decision of what to do with someone in a situation.
Uh-huh.
doing your best you can. They brought him up to his room, which probably in that moment seemed like the best thing they could do. I don't know that we should be so quick to pass judgment on people who were likely trying to remove him from the public and get him on his own so he could at least be separated and they could figure out what to do.
Rogelio, get your friend. Get your friend, Rogelio. Get your friend, okay? Because I don't understand. And then the face. Oh my God, the face. Look at his face. Y'all can't see it. That is crazy.
I think for anybody out there who's having a problem with mental health or something and that struggle, it is the best thing is to just go and speak to someone. If you go through by yourself, get your own soundboard.
Coming straight from Liam Payne, okay? They had to play that part just so that it's thrown at people's faces, all right?
Are the people they're going after, the way you see it, perpetrators or scapegoats?
It sounds kind of like them both in some respect. I don't necessarily think that it's fair to say that these individuals are responsible for his death. However, when you have people that work at the hotel and they're supplying him with illegal drugs like the cocaine, you do start to get into the territory of they should have known better.
Oh my God.
What's the difference between a hotel employee bringing cocaine up to the room versus bringing 4 or 5 bottles of whiskey up to the room?
What's the difference between a hotel employee bringing up cocaine to the room versus 5 little mini bottles of whiskey? Can y'all answer that? Can y'all answer that? Let me know. This is crazy.
Ultimately, I think alcohol is one of the most dangerous drugs in the world. And the fact that it's legal, for some reason, people view that differently.
That's crazy. Okay, BRAIAN PAYZ, here you go. The victim. I cannot stand it.
Everyone sees me in a bad way. They see me as the murderer, so to speak. And I'm not. I'm also the victim. They wanted to.
He said, they see me as a murderer, and I'm not. I'm also the victim. Fue lo que dijo BRAIAN. Fue lo que dijo BRAIAN. Me miran como que lo maté yo, pero yo soy la víctima también. Get out of here.
Me for a ride, they would say here in Argentina.
Let me see. There were shooters. There were 5 little shooter bottles of whiskey. I mean, whiskey is whiskey. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I see it. You said, forgot about the... No, Raul, that was a lie. He didn't have any Tunsi. They put that out there too. Please remember that when this news broke, they also said that he threw himself from the balcony. There's so much misinformation that happened. They gave up. They didn't give a shit. Literally just said, yeah, he threw himself. He committed he threw himself. That's what they said. And then they said that he had Tunsi, the pink cocaine. He never had that in his system. No. But you know what is happening? It's like what I'm noticing, and Julia notices too. He's like, I feel like they're suppressing your videos. I don't know, because we're covering information the way in which it's supposed to be covered, like by TMZ, and they're not doing it. They're not asking the fucking questions that would make sense. They're sitting on a police file. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't even have access to that shit. But here you come allowing these people to say whatever the hell they want to. What? Oh, man.
The problem with Liam was he was a free man and he was extremely smart. His family, even if they had tried, they could have never gone to a judge and start proceedings to incapacitate him. He would have.
Oh my God. Like a conservatorship? They were trying to start a conservatorship on Liam? Oh my God. Did y'all hear that?
Eating him alive. He would silver out just to win the fight.
There's a lot of blame that's being assigned around all of this. What do you think about when a friend is with somebody and knows about drug abuse? Do they have a responsibility to stop the person from doing drugs?
I would argue it's sort of an ethical responsibility of being a good person. But you actually can't do anything. You're not allowed to take people and bring them to treatment. They have to ask to be put in.
You know what's so crazy is that that's not even what this is about. It's not. LIAM Payne could have relapsed. LIAM Payne could have been doing drugs. LIAM Payne could have been drinking. LIAM Payne could have been partying all night. At the end of the day, that is not what killed him. So this situation right here, when they're saying, what do you do with a friend who doesn't want to get clean? Listen, that's not the point. Okay? You also don't enable the friend. You also don't tell the friend, hey, estos 6 gramos son de los buenos. These 6 grams are good ones. There's text messages where Roger is enabling the behavior. For the person, this is what gets to me about Roger. He doesn't know about drugs. He never did that. He don't know. He wasn't into that. But his friend was, right? But yet you were still getting him drugs. It's a reason. It says it in the prosecutor's website. Not only did you supply it, but you abandoned your friend with that. You knew what his issues were, and then you were included in the email about his treatment. Okay? Crazy. Thank you. The drugs did not kill LIAM Payne. He could have been on a fucking binge. He could have drank 7 more whiskey bottles. It don't matter. That's not what killed him. That wasn't his cause of death. He could have had a bunch of drugs on his system. It was not his cause of death. That's the point. It's crazy. It's giving Matthew Perry, right? Y'all know we covered Matthew Perry. It's giving Matthew Perry. It is. Hold up.
My understanding from Roger's lawyer, the argument is LIAM is his own person, makes his own decisions, and doesn't have to listen to anybody.
That's how it feels to me, if I'm being honest. It does feel like a scapegoat. You know, abandonment is such a far reach. If it wasn't his actual job, he wasn't contracted, he wasn't legally required to protect LIAM from other people or from himself. LIAM's choices cannot be Roger's fault.
Y'all hear that? So they're trying to sway the audience. The LIAM choices cannot be his fault. We know that. We know the choices that LIAM made. But when somebody is under the influence, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you guys have been in a situation where your friend has had too many drinks? Okay. Your friend is fighting you the keys. They want the keys because they want to drive the car. But you know that that's not a good thing for them to do, because if they get behind the wheel, DUI, DWI, or they could kill somebody, right? Do you let them drive if you're there and if you're coherent? Or do you take the keys away from your friend? What do you do? Huh? Let me know. If your friend is driving, drinking and driving, they've had way too many drinks, all right? He or she is about to get those keys. They're about to get in that car. Are you going to be there and be like, it's not my business. Yeah, do your thing, girl. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not doing that. You have the ability to prevent your friend from going to get themselves killed, get somebody else killed, or, get a DUI, DWI, whatever the situation may be. That's the issue with this argument. It's the same thing, right? They knew that LIAM Payne was struggling with substances, okay? Period, point blank. But did Rogelio do anything to stop it? Did he say, you know what? Let me pick up this fucking phone because this hotel room is calling me and they're asking me about what to do with my friend. Call the hospital. Call the police. Call somebody. Figure it out. It's your property. He could have said something like that. He would have been able to advise, It's crazy. I'd rather lose a friend. Thank you, Mel. How many of y'all have not been in that situation where you say, damn, thank you? I swear. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. You take away the keys. That's what you do. My friend may get mad that I didn't give them los 6 gramos. I didn't give them the 6 grams of cocaine to get high. They may be mad, but guess what? I don't want them to die. I'm not going to enable that behavior. My friend is struggling with substances. Guess what? I'm not going to You know, I'm the one running the money. He's not even saying that. Why was he able to get this substance? Who was running the money? Rogelio Nores was. He was the one. Everything was going through Rogelio. He was approving the purchases of the prostitutes. He knew what was up. He knew. So stop playing victim in this, because you knew your part. Take a little responsibility.
Liam is responsible for his own choices.
Liam did drugs for a long time. He was a long-term drug addict. He was doing drugs that are not typically associated with acute psychiatric disturbances. They can be, but it wouldn't be a reasonable expectation on the behalf of the friend that something terrible could happen here.
You know what? Dr. Drew, you've had people die after your little celebrity treatment center shit. Like, go focus on that. Figure out what you need to do. Okay? Because you're also, in my opinion, you treated some of these people and you let them down too. Okay? It is what it is. Damn.
I think they want to grab anybody and close the case quickly. Close the case quickly and give a quick answer to the family and not tell the truth. They don't want to do anything.
There's no question that
Brian PAIZ says, I think that they just want to, grab anybody and close the case. At the end of the day, I will say, about as much as I don't like Brian PAIZ, as much as he has lied, by the way, in my opinion, he's lied to a lot of people. And let me say something about Brian PAIZ, okay? Because I've been working on this translation of a 2-hour audio. I got a message today. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to release the audio tonight without translations. It's just going to be full in Spanish. Va a ser en español para lo que los quieran escuchar. Whoever wants to hear the audio, it's going to be Spanish. But I'm working on the translation. It's very important for me to release it because it's going to be used for something bigger. And it needs to be exposed. Brian PAIZ, as much as he wasn't there when Liam Payne died. Okay? But he's also not being very honest, and he's clout chasing out of the death of this man too. Like, stop it. He says they're putting pen drives on him. That's, by the way, that was one of his lies. Pen drives. I was like, what the fuck is a pen drive? I was told it was a thumb drive. They haven't made those. I haven't bought a thumb drive in I don't know how many years. But apparently, like, he's got all these things and conspiracy theories, and it needs to be exposed. Brian PAIZ is a liar, and I hope that everybody that speaks Spanish or is Argentina or whatever side of the world you are, y'all go share that audio just so you guys can expose how much of a liar this man is, because his lies need to be exposed. As much as he's talking about, I'm gonna go down for this crime that I didn't commit, yeah, but you're also not doing well by yourself. You're also lying to people. You need to be exposed for that. Okay?
Celebrities, when they come to a sudden and unexpected and tragic demise, then something has to be done to satisfy the public's interest in this case in having someone basically pay for the death.
People do look for scapegoats when someone they love, like a celebrity, has a bad outcome with alcohol and drugs.
Okay. We look for scapegoats, y'all. Oh, all right, those are commercials. While those commercials are playing, can y'all hear the audio? Let me know. Oh man, I should have just I really went off. I'm sorry, y'all. I think what really upset me though is hearing the person, please don't talk about this. It's hurting the family. This is on freaking TMZ, and not nobody's telling the truth. Y'all don't even know the half of it. There's so much out there that people don't even know, that I'm just like, stop it. Stop it. Take that same energy to TMZ and everybody else. And then they're lying to people. Why did they have Dr. Drew on this documentary? Useless. Christine, tell them. Useless. I cannot believe it. I wasn't even going to go live tonight. I was like, I don't know, but fuck it, I am. And I'm going to release that audio. I'm struggling because it's all going to be in Spanish. And I know half of you guys might understand it. You know what? I should take a poll. How many of you guys speak Spanish or at least understand? While we wait for these commercials, how many, I'm kind of curious to know how many subs currently speak and understand Spanish? Let me know. Because this might be a late night 2-hour thing. Yes. Understand. Okay, starting. No. I don't. So the translation one will happen. It's just taking me some time to do it.
There are a lot of questions, and a lot of people want the answers, especially people who consume media, as to, you know, how does this happen?
Hit the like button.
¿Por qué tú pensando el gobernación de Argentina es? Why do you think the Argentinian government?
Wait. Listen, my Spanish is not Argentinian, but why does that guy sound like that? Julie, are you listening to that Spanish? Fíjate. Hold on. Listen to how, fíjate cómo es, él está hablando con Brian. Listen to how he's talking to Brian. Look how he's talking to him.
People who consume media, as to, you know, how did this happen? Why did this happen?
¿Por qué tú pensando el gobernación de Argentina es? Why do you think?
What? ¿Por qué tú pensando? Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, what? What is he asking him? Michelle, you're bilingual? Okay. Fíjate cómo le está preguntando. Listen to how he's asking him.
There are a lot of questions, and a lot of people want the answers.
Bilingual.
Especially people who consume media, as to, you know, how did this happen? Why did this happen?
¿Por qué tú pensando el gobernación de Argentina?
¿Por qué tú pensando? La pregunta es, ¿por qué tú piensas? Or why do you think? ¿Por qué tú pensando? Listen, I'm not, my Spanish is not perfect. I promise y'all. But that Spanish is giving, what's that one language translation that everybody, Rosetta Stone. That is giving Inglés sin barreras. That's what that's giving Rosetta Stone. Oh my God.
Why do you think the Argentinian government is moving in this case with incredible speed? Is it because Liam is a celebrity?
I think they want to grab anybody and close the case quickly. Close the case quickly and give a quick answer to the family and not tell the truth. They don't want to do anything.
So this is Brian. He says they want to close the case real quickly and not give them the truth. That's what he's saying. Okay. They want simple Rosetta Stone answers, says Russ. He said, ¿por qué tú pensando el gobierno o la gobernación de Argentina? That's not even the proper. El gobierno de Argentina. What is a gobernación? Thank you, Abraham. I was like, that don't even sound right. See, I'm not like 1000% all the way over there because I know I begin my spam. Like Julia will be like, girl, this sounds weird. And I'd be like, you know what? You're right. Because my Spanish is like crazy sometimes. But Spanish is my first language. But at the very least, like, what is this? ¿Por qué tú pensando la gobernación de Argentina? What?
If you're in a prosecutor's office and there is a major death in your jurisdiction and it's a celebrity and you know that it's going to be covered by a lot of people over a long period of time, I think the first thing you go to in your playbook is let's find whoever dispensed the illegal drugs or the prescription drugs or whatever they may have been and hold that person accountable. Oh my goodness.
Is it to
hold up, Fabi. Yo, Fabi said that's a no sabo translation. Hold up, girl, because not everybody's gonna get that. That was Spanish was the only language that we spoke in my house, right? The only language, okay? So I had no idea, like English was, this is how we were raised. English is at school, Spanish is at home. That's what we had to do. But you knew the kids that didn't speak Spanish at home were the no sabo kids. The no sabo kids, it's like, I don't know kids, but the no sabo is just like a wrong way to say I don't know in Spanish. Yeah, okay. Shout out to you, Fabi.
avenge the death that the public wants and prosecutors kind of bend the knee to that?
There's no question that, celebrities, when they come to a sudden and unexpected and tragic demise, that something has to be done to satisfy the public's interest in this case and having someone basically pay for the death.
Oh, Lord. Sorry, y'all. It's like a lot of fans.
And drug overdoses, and the police perhaps favoring them and their cases over everyday people. I understand everyone saying this isn't fair. What about our family members? What about our loved ones? But there is a case to be made that if they attack the drug dealers, the people who carried the drugs to Liam and others, maybe other people will try to avoid that line of work. And also,
basically what TMZ is saying is the person to blame for Liam's death is Liam Payne. Mm-hmm. That's what they're saying at this point. Okay? That's what they're saying.
millions of One Direction fans around the world who want some sort of answer. They want some sort of justice. Whether it's right or wrong, I think prosecutors are trying to do something to give millions of people around the world some peace.
That's interesting.
It's interesting from my seat that when you see a celebrity die and there are drugs involved or just people you think who are, had some responsibility, that there seems to be an outcry to avenge that celebrity's death and to find someone to blame.
No, we are 2 months into this investigation. How dare you even say that? And then he shows the picture of Heath Ledger. He shows the picture of Matthew Perry, which is somebody that should be avenged, somebody that was targeted with an addiction. You guys, people with addictions get targeted all the time. All right. And what happens is that people want to minimize that all the time. You got the Harvey Levins, the Dr. Drew Spinskys, and all these people that don't get it. Okay. And it's also another thing is when somebody has a drug addiction, what a perfect murder. What a perfect way to set some shit up. All right. Stop it. The Argentinian government is corrupt. It will not solve anything. Nordis is an influence in the government. Yes, he is. And that's the thing. Do y'all know who Rogelio Nordis is? Rogelio Nordis worked for the ex-president, Macri, right? He was a driver for one of the biggest companies in Argentina. How does a driver who was driving Nicolas Caputo suddenly get like a promotion to become head of various companies in Argentina? Huh? Very convenient, right? Okay, let's keep playing this.
And this is an interesting one where you go after a friend and a waiter and a hotel employee. And it's kind of feeling like that here.
I completely agree that people do look for scapegoats when someone they love, like a celebrity, has a bad outcome with alcohol and drugs. In Liam,
wow, people look for scapegoats, and yet people like to gaslight the public. TMZ much?
Case, he had good treatment, sustained treatment, and actually made genuine attempts to embrace sobriety.
Dr. Drew, did you review his file to even go up here and say that in Liam's case, he had good treatment? Dr. Drew, stop it. Okay? Stop it.
Doesn't in any way guarantee a good outcome.
Attention do prosecutors generally pay to media coverage of one of their cases?
I think a great deal. Most are discreet enough so that it's not overt, or they are willing to say that that's a factor beyond every case with private citizens who are nearly as high profile as celebrities. But yeah, it's impossible not to factor that into the equation.
My goodness. Hurry up. Here's Brett. Okay, Brett, who was another Nightcrawler all over the place. You know, X-Men Nightcrawler? Nightcrawler was all over. Nightcrawler could go from like the White House to like the jet to like everywhere. Here's Brett. Brett Watson, the witness who saw something but wasn't there, saw something that I don't know. Okay? Let's keep playing.
It's tough. Like, even as the weeks have gone by, and still hasn't gotten easier. It's something to think about constantly. I'm trying to work through and process what I see.
Okay. Commercial. Look, Brett Watson is, I mean, I'm wondering. Now, Julia, this is a good question. They don't have anybody in TMZ that speaks Spanish, at least fluently? Y'all don't have any bilingual people? How are you going to have somebody ask BRAIAN PAYZ some backwards way of saying government in Argentina? Because he is even struggling with the language. You're going to hear BRAIAN PAYZ speak on the audio that I have, by the way, that I'm going to be releasing tonight. It's 2 hours long. Y'all can listen to it. If you speak Spanish, you're going to be like, what the fuck? What is he saying? But you're going to hear how Brian gaslights everybody, and he lies and he misinforms, and it's a BRAIAN PAYZ show. So if he wanted to get famous, because I know he watches the channel, he's about to get famous, okay? We have a 2-hour segment for him, probably airing up tonight. I don't get how they don't even have somebody that can speak Spanish fluently. You know, they don't need anyone Spanish. They already know the story. Ooh, say that again. They weren't interested in the truth because they already know the story that they're going to put out there. How the hell, you could probably hire somebody in Argentina to do the interview who was probably bilingual, who could speak, you know, the Spanish there and then, you know, translate it in English. Weird how an outlet like TMZ can't even do right by the language in Argentina and get the information. So weird, isn't it? I don't know. Let's see. Is this going to start? Here it is. Hold up. They're playing One Direction music. Come on. Right, Aaron. Can't even do the bare minimum. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're good at taking. Thank you for saying this. They're good at taking pictures of dead celebrities and getting sources, but they can't even get somebody bilingual. Get the fuck out of here, Harvey.
Was the biggest boy band, the biggest British band since the Beatles. I just felt like everybody felt it to their core when they heard that news.
There will always be deaths. We will always lose people that we love. It's always sad, and it always takes people a moment to process it.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's someone like Liam Payne, who was so young, and when it's someone that we didn't know was sick or on their way out, it's a tragic accident. It devastates people.
Wait. We didn't know they were on their way out? What? When it's somebody is sick or they're on their way out? Oh my God. Get better people. This is so sick. Sick.
This one was especially hard. There's an entire generation of people who grew up listening to One Direction, loving those boys, and to lose the first one in his early 30s and in such a horrible way. This is going to stick with millions of people around the world for the rest of their lives. They will remember where they were when they found out about this.
This guy needs to be, this guy is trash. Hurry up. There's Brett. Hurry up.
It's tough. Even as the weeks have gone by since, it still hasn't gotten easier. It's something that I think about constantly, and I'm trying to work through and process what I see. I don't know if I'm ever really going to be able to process that. It's surreal.
Okay. They're showing Liam Payne's funeral. I just can't. I'm like, wow.
How upsetting was it to you that you weren't invited to the funeral?
The family can say whatever they want. It's
He's asking Rogelio Norris how upsetting it was for you that you weren't invited to the funeral. I don't even think he could have left the country, right? Because he gave his, documents up.
It's really hard for him as well. So I say my own goodbyes whenever the time is right, and it'll come. I haven't said goodbye to Liam yet, but I will eventually.
That was it. What a trash. That's it. That was so trash ass in the ass. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. I'm cussing a lot, but I cannot believe it. That was trash. That was it. That was done. It was gutter journalist, Annie. You don't even know. Infotainment. That's what that was. Yeah, I'm like, he couldn't even have gone. Oh my God. Let me turn off this music that I have in the background. Hold up, y'all. Thank you. I could hear it. Roger and his body language. Did you all see it? Oh my God. But I thought they were going to interview Brett, or was that just the first half? Brett said that he saw everything. He saw the body. He saw everything. You go back to the first interview and he's saying the same thing. But the wedding guest is the one that kind of threw me off, because the wedding guest said that she was the one who saw it and had to tell Brett. I don't know. I think he's lying, in my opinion. I don't think he saw what he saw. I think he might have heard something. I think he might have, I don't know. That's just my opinion. And then you have Brian PAIZ, who lied. So now Liam Payne offered you his Rolex watch. I thought it was just his shirt and you didn't want to take it. You were like, no, I don't want to take it. But now he offered you his watch, his Rolex watch, the same watch that he supposedly offered these prostitutes to. I'm telling you, this story keeps turning and twisting and turning and twisting. I don't even know what's true anymore, honestly. Brett forgets that his friend did an interview first. Christine, Brett forget. Why didn't they interview the woman, the wedding planner? I had to bring that up this morning. I said, wait a minute, Brett, no. You're lying. Something's wrong about the story. Or maybe he did see something, but he doesn't remember. I'm not really sure, but I'm not going to put words in his mouth. I had to bring that interview because the girl that was with him, the wedding planner or friend, goes upstairs with them and they're talking and they're chilling and everything. She is looking out the window and she had to tell him what she saw. And then they stared at each other. They didn't even mention. She said that they opened the window, the balcony window, and started asking him, hey, are you okay? Is everything okay? And then they went downstairs. It took them a minute to have this registered. My opinion, YouTube creators tell more of the truth due to digging and actual investigating compared to the damn news media. Well, we have some that are one-sided than others that put in the work. Thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate it. I was sitting back and I literally I think I have like a good 30 plus videos on this situation, because every day we're learning something different. It's not just black and white. And that's the interesting part. Like, if people actually do digging into this, it isn't. So I'm going to release, I'm still translating it, but I'm going to release the original Brian PAIZ conversation with the fans. Okay. I'm doing it here in the next, 15 minutes. I'm going to release it for everybody, but I'm going to ask you guys to do me a favor. Just share it. Some of y'all may not speak the language, but if you want to go support and hit the like button, do that and share it, because what we're not going to do is allow Brian PAIZ to get some level of celebrity out of this situation. That's not what we're going to do. I'm done with the lying. The fans, okay? I know that they were upset about that. That needs to be exposed. This is a criminal case happening. You don't get to say one thing over here and then another thing over there and think that you're not going to get caught up, okay? Regardless, the truth needs to be told, all right? Now, I've heard different things, and I hope that that's not the case. I hope that there's justice for Liam Payne. But there are people that are very influential that are involved. Y'all saw what TMZ just reported. You heard it. Let me know. You said, look into Axel. I'm not dropping. Okay. Yeah, Corrine, I heard about him. I mean, I've never talked to him. I've heard different things. There's a lot of channels out there that are talking about this. There's some that I'm, I've promoted because I believe that their heart is in the right place. But this is about justice, and I'm trying not to get so crazy about it. I really do my best not to do a bunch of clickbait. There is no there's no room for clickbait here. Honestly, it is what it is. This is a situation where information just needs to get out. It don't even matter who delivers it at this point. Just put it out, because to me, they're trying to conceal everything in the US. They're literally using TMZ as the source. The source. It's too much. It's too much. But hit me up in the email if you can. I can email you some stuff. That'd be amazing. I know Julia has done some stuff for me too. Shout out to Julia. Y'all put some hearts for Julia in the chat, because she's been helping me out a lot too. But at the very least, if I release, the reason why I want to release it in Spanish now, it's because it's the original content. It's not mess with, it's nothing. It's the original content of it. So my translating it is going to, mess with it. So it's going to be 2 videos at the very least. So yes. Thank you. Yes, Karina. We just want justice. That's all. That's all we can do. Shout out to everybody. But I got to go, guys. So let me get this video going. Maybe in the next hour. Well, no, 15 minutes to an hour. It'll be released, because I got to set it up and everything. Y'all will see it. And if you're on the Discord and you're a member, I'll share the link there so you guys can see it too. But please note, it is in Spanish. Okay. And it's just going to be in Spanish. It needs to get out. Hopefully people see it. Okay. And they stop giving the attention that this clout chasing clown wants. Okay. Yeah. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Oh, and shout out to B Tim. Thank you, B Tim, for supporting my channel. Infamous, thank you. Y'all hit the like button, please. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Hit the like button. Bye, bye, bye.